In today's video, we're going to talk about some things I've been making lately, some upcoming projects, and at the end, I'll give you a cautionary tale of a YouTube disaster that almost happened and what not to do if you're a YouTube creator. Hi, I'm Beth, and this is Summer, and we are Chic Crochet. Let's get started. So you may have noticed this nice stack of yarn cakes. I recently bought an electric winder. If you saw my What I Got for Christmas video and where I tested all of those crochet items that I received for Christmas, you may remember that I received a manual Knit Picks ball winder, and I really love that ball winder. I like it a lot, and I started caking up all my yarn. It makes things so much easier when you're crocheting and you don't have to worry about getting halfway through the skein of yarn and finding a big tangle that you have to stop and untangle. So in the midst of caking all those yarns, I developed a really sore elbow, and my elbow right here just became inflamed, and it was literally from making this small motion where you crank the handle on the Knit Picks ball winder, which any manual ball winder, you're going to have to do that. So my husband, who is not a doctor, but he plays one in our family, he has diagnosed me with golfer's elbow, is what he says it is. He's had a lot of sports injuries, so generally he's correct when one of us have a sports injury and then go to the doctor, and the diagnosis is usually correct. So I'm saying that I have golfer's elbow according to him from using the ball winder. So what I did was I did purchase an electric winder. When I realized I was going to need to order an electric ball winder, of course I went right to YouTube and started watching reviews and roundup videos on ball winders. And those weren't really that helpful. One video in particular was Tony Lipsy. She was using the Kato ball winder, which most of them were, and she was having trouble threading the yarn into the winder. And Tony is such a seasoned professional. I thought, well, if Tony is having trouble threading this ball winder, I'm certainly going to have trouble with it. And I just went back to Amazon and started reading reviews. And I found one that had really great reviews, so I ordered that one, and I've only had it for a couple of days, but I really did like it, and it is the winder that I used to cake all of this yarn. And it was super fast, and although I enjoyed using the manual winder and just the action of cranking that winder and feeding the yarn through, I really enjoyed doing it. Since it injured my elbow, I am really thankful that I found an electric winder that works great. So as you can see in the video that I'm inserting, this is how it worked. It was really easy to thread, and I definitely would recommend this ball winder. Hopefully the motor will last and will not burn out over time. But as for now, and the first couple of days using it, and after doing all of this yarn that I've wound with it, I found it to be really helpful, and I'm going to drop the link because I would definitely recommend it. And what am I using this yarn for, you might ask? Well, there is a project. So I am making the Seaside Stash Busting Blanket, and this is a pattern. It's a paid-for pattern on Etsy by Coastal Crochet. This is not Coastal Crochet UK, Deb's channel, and Deb does a lot of plushies. This particular creator at Coastal Crochet, who designed and wrote the pattern for the Seaside Stash Busting Blanket, her name is Eleonora, and I'm not exactly sure how to spell her name, but I will link her channel. And she does have some tutorials for some of these stitches that might be a little more tricky. And I have had just a ball with this so far because I am typically pretty conservative when it comes to choosing my yarn colors, and in this project, since it's meant to be a stash buster, I just went into my more budget-friendly yarns, all my acrylics that I had bought when I first became a crocheter, and so those are what I'm using. And when I come to a row and it comes time to choose a color, I just pick whatever color that I think might be fun. So I'm trying to keep this really fun and not be overly methodical about which yarn colors I'm choosing. So I will give you updates on this from time to time, but it's going really fast. It's not that difficult, and it's really fun. The moment I first came across this pattern, I wanted to do it. So I immediately saved it in my favorites on Etsy. It's been in that file for over a year, and this just seemed like the right time because we've had a snowstorm, we've had an ice storm recently, it's been very cold, and my brain is already looking forward to summer. And I know this is a blanket, it's a heavy blanket. The material is not very summery, but the colors are, and the theme is very summery. So it just makes me happy to look at these colors. And I just finished these 4 rows here last night and started on this granny stitch row. So these 4 rows remind me of the ocean. They look like ocean waves. And I just really like it. I think it's going to be stunning, and I'm looking forward to being able to share the finished product of that with you. I've only been working on it for about 2 days, and I only work on it at night when I'm watching TV and settling down. Even though every row almost is different, it's not that difficult to concentrate, so I still can watch TV or watch a video while I'm crocheting, and I just really enjoy it. If this is a project you're thinking of picking up, please drop it in the comments. I would love to hear what colors you're planning on using, and also know if this is a blanket you have come across before, because I hope you saw my Hexi Bag tutorial. I did it in a Valentine theme, and that was a week or so ago. So if you haven't tried it, hop over there and try that tutorial. You can make it in any theme and colors that you want. It's a fairly quick workup once you've made your hexagons. It's just not difficult at all, and I would really like to hear about that as well if you have made the Hexi Bag. Another item I made last week for Valentine's Day was a pair of leg warmers for my daughter, and I've already mailed those off. I'll insert some pictures, and those were so adorable and really easy to make. That was a fairly quick project, and I found that tutorial on Melody at Yarn Tinka, and she has an adorable channel. She makes a lot of shawls and scrunchies and things like that. She is just a real joy to watch. I may add her to my crochet channels that you need to watch. So I'm hoping to make another episode of that coming up soon. But you all had so many suggestions for me that I literally had over 100 suggestions of channels that you wanted included in the video. So I'm not sure that's going to happen. That would be an extremely long video, and I'm not sure that people would stick around and watch that. But we will try to do something and pull those together and make everyone happy. If I don't feature all of them in the video, I will try to include a list at the end that gives some honorable mentions, but that is going to be an undertaking. It's not going to be as easy as the first volume I put out, because you all were very specific of what you wanted included, and now I have to work on narrowing that down and try to put it into something that is practical and I can condense into one video. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3 videos, but still, I'm really going to have to condense that list down, but I'm working on it, I promise. I am still working on the little horse tutorial for you, and I'm breaking it down into body parts. So then I will show you how to make the mane and the tail, which are the little curly cues, and put that all together in a series. I'll release it all at once, but it will be broken down into episodes, probably as many as 6 or 7 episodes, and that is coming up. But as I asked before, I really ask for your patience and grace, because that is going to take some time. The whole reason that I'm doing that video, the pattern designer gave permission to do a tutorial. She has some short tutorials on just maybe very specific parts, but not on the entire pattern. And I know that when I began crocheting, I could do the stitches, especially in amigurumi, because it's mostly just, you know, single crochet, increase, decrease, so that I could do, but I had issues in reading the pattern. I was new, and the patterns just didn't always make sense to me, and it took a lot of time and practice for me to be able to learn to read those patterns. So that is mainly why I'm making this tutorial, to help new crocheters understand what those symbols mean and understand how the patterns are broken down. And as you might know, once it clicks in your mind with the pattern, it clicks, and then you can just zoom on through. So that's what I'm hoping to help new crocheters achieve with that tutorial. And that will be coming up as soon as I can get it finished. But like I said, I am working on it, and I will get that to you as soon as I possibly can. And it is the year of the horse, according to the Chinese Lunar Calendar, so that's kind of fun that we're doing the horse. Now I'm going to tell you about the scary YouTube experience that I had. It was all my fault, but I'm just going to tell you, so hopefully this will not happen to you. If you're thinking of starting a channel or you do have a channel, when I created my channel, it was advised in the steps that you have a personal channel and then you have your business channel. So the personal channel was more of just a placeholder or just a way to get your account opened. And so I created just this placeholder of a personal, it was just a very generic personal channel. Didn't have any content on it or anything like that. And then I also opened the business channel, which is the one that you're watching. And now that I'm monetized and I am communicating with different creators and that kind of thing, and communicating with YouTube about how I get paid and that sort of thing. And it's not a lot of money, but still, you know, I don't want to waste it. So I am going to, if they're willing to pay me for it, I'm going to accept it. So I needed to go in and make sure that those channels weren't confused. And I had watched tutorials and looked at AI suggestions about how to delete the personal channel without deleting the business channel. And I was trying to be so careful. And in doing so, yes, I deleted my YouTube channel. And I was so sick to my stomach when it happened. I was terrified to push the button because I was afraid that was going to happen. But like I said, I needed to clean up the account and I was just trying to figure out the best way to do that. I had not done this before. It's all a learning experience. So it was very scary. And when I saw that my channel had been deleted, and I knew that that was permanent because all of these warnings pop up that tell you, okay, this is permanent. Are you sure you want to delete it? And it was showing the personal channel. It was not showing my business channel. I was very apprehensive, but this is what I was told to do in Reddit and all of these things I had read, that this is how I did it. This is how I was supposed to do it. So I hit delete and my channel immediately disappeared. So I looked at my phone, I looked at my iPad, I was working on my laptop. Thankfully, I was working on the laptop, but it disappeared immediately from my phone and my iPad. So I have a beautiful friend in the UK at Be a Flamingo. She and I connected after the video that I featured her in, and Nicole has become a really good friend. And I texted Nicole, not because I thought she could help me, but just because, oh my gosh, what did I just do? I just wanted to tell someone who could understand how serious this situation was. And I had also immediately looked at the YouTube help desk, what do I do? And they said, sorry, if your channel has been deleted, you cannot recover the channel, but if you have your saved videos, you're welcome to open a new channel and repost that content. Yeah, so that wasn't going to work. And with my heart in my stomach, I probably sat there speechless for, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, just not knowing what to do. Since I didn't know what to do, I also was trying to, in my mind, just accept that this had happened and that I'm going to have to start over and not overreact and realize this is not the end of the world. But I was very sad, on the verge of tears, really sick at my stomach. And then I messaged Nicole. Nicole messaged me back immediately, and she began sending me screenshots of suggestions in Google. YouTube, of course, is owned by Google. So anyway, I won't go into how the recovery was done, and please don't contact Nicole for technical support. She's a good friend and she's really smart, but I don't think she wants to be our technical support. But that day, she really saved my bacon. So she sent me a few screenshots. I went through the steps, and honestly, I was looking for those same things that she was sending me, but I was not seeing them when I was searching for it. I don't know that if it was just my state of mind. I was so upset. I was so nervous. I don't really know. But Nicole walked me through it, and I was able, through like the back door, through Google, to recover my channel. And this whole thing took place within about an hour until it was resolved. But for the next day or two, I was still nervous that my channel might disappear or that something would come up, but it didn't. And everything has gone very smoothly, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And she then sent me a message when we were finished. She said, stop pushing buttons. And so, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm not going to push any more buttons. I'm not going to try to delete that personal channel. It's just going to have to sit there in the background. If it causes me trouble, it causes me trouble. But I cannot go through that again. That was dramatic. And I'm just thankful to the good Lord that He sent Nicole my way and provided the answer through her. So that's that. That is my drama for the week. And don't do what Beth did. That was stupid. Don't do what I did. So that's it for now. I am going to be working on the next installment of crochet channels you need to watch, because apparently a lot of people want to see that. And I'm going to be working on my beautiful stash busting beach blanket, and I'm hoping that by the time I go to the beach next time, I will have it finished and I can do the whole reveal of the entire blanket there. That would be super fun. And Summer is still here with me. I know that Summer is getting very woolly. Yes, we know. She has an appointment for grooming next week. She gets a bath at home every week, and I brush out her hair every morning. But if you know this breed of little doggies, they get all of this hair growth around their face happens very fast. They don't have fur where it just sheds. They have hair that grows until you cut it. So that's what we're doing, huh, baby? Yeah. And you may think that Summer doesn't have a big personality, because when we're in the video, she just kind of lays around like a fashion accessory. But she does have a big personality. She plays a lot, and I'll try to get that on video sometime. So I'll make you a little Summer montage so you can see that she gets the zoomies just like every other puppy, and she is a happy little girl. She's 5 years old, and she will be 6 on March 10th. We'll be celebrating her 6th birthday. We'll probably try to do something special for that. We usually do. We just go have a fun day, go get a pup cup, do all her favorite things. That's what we'll do. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Oh, I know. Are you loving a mommy? I love you. Yes, I love you. Thank you for watching today. I would love to read a comment from you and hear about where you're from or what you're working on. I would love to know if one of my tutorials has inspired you to make something, or if there's something you would like to see in one of my upcoming videos. It would just be awesome to hear from you. Please come back and watch again soon. And remember, beautiful, to let your light shine and always stay chic. Bye-bye.